the videos are hilarious. Hilarious. They're so funny because they're just goofy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think sometimes they don't realize that, yeah, we're weird. We are weird kids.
The one rule is we never let Gunner have aux.
Oh, never.
Do
No.
you guys have a student that you never let play their songs?
We recently started a TikTok account this year, so I'm running that. So I film stuff like that.
Welcome to today's episode. Today we are just spilling the tea. We're spilling the feed. I'm your host, Abby Brooks.
And I am your co-host, Connor Morgan. We have our advisor and Dax in the back, and I would like to say thank you to our sponsor, Lakeside One Stop, for the drinks. Make sure to stop by and get your own snacks and drinks.
Also, a big thank you to our new sponsor, Big V. Go get your feed and supplies in McAllister.
Today we have some exciting guests from the Byng chapter.
We'll have them introduce themselves.
My name is Aspen Chumley, and I am the president of the Byng FFA chapter.
My name is Kenadie Meyer, and I'm the reporter of the Byng FFA chapter.
And then the one on the right is ours. What's your name?
I'm Kara Pepper, and I'm the Crowder FFA president.
You guys want to start with the rapid fire questions?
Yeah.
I guess last time it wasn't too rapid though,
Yep.
but we'll try. These questions are going to be for y'all, and I'm going to say them for it. Wow, hold on. I'm confused.
So normally they do a really good job. I don't know what's going on.
It's really
today.
early. It's really early.
Usually do these after school.
Yeah.
Explain what a rapid fire questions are again, Connor.
I say the question, y'all answer pretty quick, and we talk after about all the questions. Right? Yeah? Mm-hmm. Pretty good?
Yes.
All right. First things first, what's y'all's go-to song on an ag road trip?
Strawberry wine.
Strawberry wine.
That's a good choice. I
Is
like
that
that
like
song
a
too.
chapter? Or sorry, rapid questions. Go.
What is y'all's favorite line dance at convention?
International Harvester.
Okay, I agree.
All right. What's
Do you guys prefer livestock or speeches?
Speeches.
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 That's a wild answer. Okay, now we can talk about it. So first off, Strawberry Wine, is that like a chapter go-to? Do you guys always play that song?
Well, for me, there's a backstory. I think for Kenadie, it's just been because it does get played a lot on our ag trips, but I think it's because I play it a lot because of a backstory. It's he's now the Atoka ag teacher, but he was a ag teacher at Byng before. It's actually his favorite song, and so I just like 8th grade and freshman year just remember listening to it a lot, and so it kind of just became a song that we just listened to on every trip.
Yeah, I think I heard that song, like, I kid you not, 10 times on the way to officer retreat this year.
So our song choices are pretty diverse. We got Meacham's Poopy Music first. And then he let us join the Spotify Jam, and then we started playing our own music, and it was a lot better.
Yep.
It's a little bit of everything.
Yeah. When we started playing with our own, we shot better. So
We did.
Yeah.
we did.
Except for me. I didn't do too good.
Which is country music, so that shows you guys don't
new,
like country.
No, it's new country.
What's wrong with
It's
new country?
Morgan Wallen,
Exactly.
Treaty Oak,
Okay, Treaty Oak is good.
Treaty Oak's
Treaty Oak is
okay.
good. Treaty Oak is
Morgan-
good.
Not Morgan Wallen, I'm sorry.
but that's only because that's like what normal kids listen to nowadays.
Treaty Oak, yeah.
But I like old Billy Currington, Easton Corbin,
And why don't you ever play it?
because you guys complain about everything. So I don't want to play
I
my
don't-
good music
Hey,
and then waste it on you guys.
I don't complain. Music's music. It's Timmy that complains the most.
It is.
The one rule is we never let Gunner have aux.
Oh,
yeah.
never. No.
Do you guys have a student that you never let play their songs? They're trying to be nice. You don't have to say their name.
Yeah.
We call ours out.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did.
Gunner likes to play Walker Hayes. So
Yeah. It's bad. And then he does his little shuffle.
Yeah.
I don't like to let our vice president have aux just because we're childhood best friends, and I just like to be mean to him sometimes.
I can see why you're president. All right, why speeches over livestock? Because that's a wild one.
So I started showing livestock as an 8th grader, but I kind of found my groove in speeches. Livestock, it's just never been. It was never automatic for me. It like never like clicked, I guess. I mean, I still do it and I still love it, but it was never just like there's never just this pull from it, which is why I choose speeches, just because I think there's just such a thrill when you're standing up in front of people. Like, I mean, it's the world's #1 fear is public speaking, and I just think there's just something thrilling about being able to overcome that and just stand in front of people and do speeches.
I do not show, but probably the first thing that I got voluntold to do when I first joined ag was public speaking. I got told I could either join the nursery team or say the creed. So I did creed speaking, and now I do prepared public speaking for agribusiness.
So I'm not really scared of public speaking, but we just haven't done any speeches yet.
We tried to last year, which we had a bunch of senior officers last year, and we just never got around to it.
But our ag teacher told us we're going to be doing it. So
Yeah, because we're officers and we have to do speeches.
yeah, but no one knows when that's going to be.
Yeah.
So do you got any tips for them? Because they're going to do them this year.
Memorization is the hardest, but when it comes to like writing a speech, you just have to. Everything I always hear about writing speeches and things, it's make sure you pick a topic that you can either relate back to yourself or something that you really enjoy or something that you want to learn about. Like, my main speech is over gluten and its effect on like the world and stuff, like on like farming and like just gluten intolerance and celiac disease, the rise of it. I had no idea like why gluten was such a big thing going on in society until I started writing that speech, because I saw it and I was like, that's interesting. Like, I want to research that. But then my very first speech was based on transportation in the state of Oklahoma, because my father works for the BNSF Railway, and then my grandpa's a truck driver. And so like just transporting things and stuff like that, it makes it a lot easier when it comes to the questions portion if you, one, either already know about it, or two, are dedicated enough to do the research behind it to be able to answer the questions.
We had Titus Montgomery on here, and he was talking about, do you guys remember his topic or his name for his speech?
Russians, river,
I wasn't
and a row.
here.
Yeah, what was it?
I can't
Russians, river, and a row.
Yeah.
It was like about the Russian mafia coming to Oklahoma and stealing all the, was it sturgeon?
Yeah.
I think it's like cattlefish or something like that, and it's kind of funny. What makes you so interested in the speeches and AgCom stuff?
I don't know. It's kind of just like my jam. It really clicked for me. That was something that really, I work best under a lot of pressure. So that's probably why speeches work really well for me. Because it's like, I think the worst part about saying speeches is whenever you're standing in the hallway with your manuscripts waiting to go in, and everybody's looking at you and like, are you fixing to go in? Are you fixing to go in? But it's just really good. And AgCom, I just love like photography and stuff like that. Like, I write our chapter newsletter, and so it just kind of made sense for my interests for me to do it. And I think I was part of the first AgCom team at Byng, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Abby, you want to say anything about
Oh, like, what do you mean?
what she was just talking about?
Oh, photography?
Yeah.
Oh, I do photography for our chapter, and
She's our vice president,
Yeah.
but she
Yeah,
also
yeah.
helps the reporter out a ton with the pictures and
pictures
stuff.
and all that stuff. And I do AgCom as well, and we usually don't do speeches. That's not our thing. We mostly like film and stuff, and so I guess that's kind of a speech credit. Technically, it's just filming and
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like it's a little easier. I don't know. Some people are really good at like memorizing a speech, writing it, and then performing it. But I feel like a lot of our kids, if we get them to make a video or something like that, it kind of helps out a little bit. So it's a fun thing that we're doing here at Crowder.
So I've only ever really done one type of speech, and it was at my old chapter. It was the Green Hands radio team, and we just went in a room with only us three, and yeah, it was kind of nerve-wracking.
How long have you guys been at the Byng chapter?
So I joined as an 8th grader, and I went to Byng my whole life, but I just joined as an 8th grader, and I've just kind of never left.
What grade are you in now?
I'm a senior.
I joined as a freshman, and I'm a junior now, so.
Yeah, I've only been here for 2 years, but
Where'd you come from?
Texas. A lot bigger school than this one. It was weird moving from a giant school to this tiny one, but I think I got the hang of it.
What made you want to join FFA?
I think initially I just joined it because I didn't know what other elective to take my 8th grade year, but I think I stayed in it because I was welcomed with open arms that first day of 8th grade year. That second I stepped into the classroom, I just kind of felt at home, so I was a cheerleader for the past 10 years. And that's kind of like what I was known for was, oh, that's that one cheerleader, that girl that cheers, this and that. But I actually decided to take a step back from the cheer team this year and focus on my career in agriculture because that's kind of where I'm going. Because my entire life shifted when I joined ag in 8th grade. I went from having my entire life planned out and wanting to do one thing, and then it's completely just like taken a 180, and it's now my entire life is kind of towards my passion for agriculture.
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to be an ag kid either. I was like really, really huge into band, but one of our ag advisors, Mr. Thompson, knows my mom and she does his taxes. And so one day I walked into my mom's office after school. Mr. Thompson was there and he was like, "You're going to be in my class next year." And I was like, "Okay."
Was that a spot-on representation of it?
Yeah.
We do lots of
Y'all can go.
mocking him, I guess, almost.
Okay, so it's not just my group. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I love to joke. So I've known Thompson like my entire life basically because he was the mayor of Francis, which is a town right next to like Ada and Byng. He was the mayor of Francis the entire time I lived in Francis, and then I joined ag obviously, and I kind of like formed an actual like teacher-student relationship with him. But he's kind of old. He's not actually that old. He just like seems really old. And so I love to like make jokes with him and love to mock him. Like every single day when we leave class, he's like, "Y'all can go." And the other day, he actually told me this yesterday in class. He said, like he had the freshman class and he specifically told them that like, "Hey guys, it's 12:30. Like it's time for y'all to go to your other classes." And like he purposely said it that way and instead of his "y'all can go." And then the entire freshman class all in unison said "y'all can go" because I say that all the time, and like our other ag teacher does it too because Mr. Shaw was actually Mr. Thompson's student in high school, and then he went to Oklahoma State and was a state officer, and so we all kind of just like have this like almost family type relationship because we're all so close and we just like love to make fun of each other.
I think that's like a normal way to dismiss a class.
Yeah.
That's what I say too.
What about your
most of the
fifth
time.
hour? How do you
Your
dismiss
fifth hour.
them?
Yells at him.
Get out of here.
Fifth hour is my freshman class, so
Or you do this. You're like at your computer. You go, "Bye guys." You like jump back.
Yeah.
I think the only reason why I joined FFA, which I've said this on the podcast before, is because of my brothers, and I really wanted to show a pig back then. I got over that feeling right away, though. It was terrible.
Aren't you trying to show a pig next year?
Yeah, because I don't want to show a goat, but I want to show.
But you have a goat.
I know.
What? What's the...
That's why
Showing an
next year I'm
animal
going to
is a
show
love-hate
pigs.
there's some animals that are better than others.
Not pigs.
I like
Sheep.
mine.
No,
Yeah.
no sheep.
Sheep.
Sheep's the best one.
Listen, pigs are less stubborn than goats, though. Most of the time. My goat.
And I have to feed them.
So do you guys have family members that have been in ag before, or are you guys like the first ones?
So my brother was an ag in high school. He was a senior my 8th grade year, but he was never active very much. Like he joined it originally like as an 8th grader to get to go in the shop, and then they didn't do as much as he wanted to, so he left it, got his other high school credits, and then he just needed something to take his senior year, just to fill up his hours, and so he ended up taking ag again. And he was kind of the kid that was just in charge of watering the greenhouse. Thompson says like to this day that if like without my brother like being so reliable in watering the greenhouse and everything, then he probably just like would have had to put some unreliable kid doing it, or he would have had to do it himself. We're big. I don't know if I mentioned that, but we have a huge greenhouse. We're very big in like greenhouse production and stuff like that. We do lots of things within the horticulture industry.
What about you, Kennedy?
I don't have any siblings that were ever in ag, so I'm the first one. But it's not that crazy for me to be in ag because my family owns a limousine ranch. So it's not that crazy, but it's definitely a first.
Guys, we don't have a greenhouse, but we're gonna plant a community
Wish to
garden.
have one, yes.
We're gonna start a community garden, which hopefully that can
Hopefully
come up soon. We got to do like the tearing the grass out and all
Yeah.
that stuff soon.
I can bring a tiller,
Let's do it.
maybe, possibly.
What is your guys' favorite ag class? Other than, is it just ag com?
The way our classes are, so I take 3 ag hours as a senior. Our classes are kind of like just, there's not like one subject per hour. We do have some specific classes that are just ag com because at being an ag com, you can receive your art credit for like graduation reasons. But we kind of just, they just put you in whatever and we just do what we're supposed to be doing in class. Like they cover all different like topics in every hour. I guess besides maybe the 8th graders and the freshmen, because there's a little bit more of like a specific kind of thing that they learn about there.
So, what is your class named when you like when you see your schedule at the beginning of the year? What is ag called?
So one of mine is like Intro to Ag Com. I have one that's like Intro to Greenhouse Production, and I think I have one that's like Intro to Animal Science. But the cool thing about that, maybe funny thing, odd thing about it, is that even though that's what my schedule says, another kid could be taking the exact same class as me, like the same hour, same classroom, but it could say something completely different.
I think that's a cool thing about ag is we can be very diverse. I
Yes.
mean, your math teacher and your English teacher, they have to stick to a certain thing, but we go kind of all over the board with our stuff. So then, if it's not what your favorite ag class is, what's your favorite thing to do in ag class?
Make fun of the teacher.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
I guess study agronomy. That's really like where I'm at. Where I love it. I love getting to have responsibilities, and so when we're like putting things together or doing things, my ag teacher asked me to do something because I'm a reliable student, they say. I enjoy being able to be helpful and just maybe like help the other kids out, do this. I like doing everything.
I really just like ag mech. It's fun.
Yeah, we have a couple of guys like that at our chapter too.
We do have like our second hour ag class is specifically just ag mech. Like that's all it is. So everybody that's enrolled in that class is ag mech. I don't take that class for a reason, but I know there are plenty of kids who do enjoy it.
Kenadie, what's your favorite thing to do in ag class?
I do a lot of like, we recently started a TikTok account this year, so I'm running that. So I film stuff like that. I write the newsletter. I try and get that out like consistently the second week of every month. And I don't know, I read my AP style book.
From being at a school with like 2 ag teachers, I found like you can have a lot more classes with 2 ag teachers rather than 1. Because like technically you can only have the teacher teach 1 class that hour, but if there's 2, they can each teach a class that hour. And I think that's how like y'all mix it up and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
See, my old school had 3 ag teachers. It was pretty fun.
What activities or events are you involved in with your chapter?
So I help out a lot with like the 8th graders and the freshmen with like we got done with opening and closing ceremonies. We did quite well. Our freshman team was a state runner-up team, and we also had the state runner-up green hand quiz, which he was on this opening and closing team too. So that was pretty cool for him getting to experience both of those. It's the first time that's actually ever happened too at Byng, where we've had a team in the finals for both, or an individual on the team. Individual in the finals for both. So I help out a lot with the younger students, and then agronomy with my crops, and then I show sheep. I do public speaking. I have an SAE that is vegetable sales and production, where I source locally grown produce from our county, and then I sell it at farmers markets over the summer, and then into the school year I specifically sell to the staff at our school at our 3 different locations in Ada, I guess. And so that's something that I really, really enjoy. I get to do that. I love getting to do all of our community service projects. I kind of do everything. It's more so my teacher asks me if I want to do something, and the answer is yes, which I think is like one of the best things to have in your mind. And then also I am really, really trying and working to get an agri-science quiz bowl team put together for the freshmen, because I think that would be a really, really good idea for the kids who maybe aren't as interested in a judging team, or they don't do public speaking. Getting to do quiz bowl like that it's a little bit more of a simpler concept for them to comprehend. And then if they're interested in it as it goes on, they can do an animal science quiz bowl when they're older and stuff, and then maybe get some of the other 8th graders interested in it, start studying them so that they're prepared for their freshman year, just stuff like that. I love making sure our chapter stays proactive in doing everything. I love planning chapter meetings. We do one every month, and I love being the president.
We cut back on our chapter meetings.
Yeah, we do them every other month instead of every month.
I don't know. It just seems like our freshmen this year, they just don't really want to do much.
Like,
I mean, there's a few. We've been trying to get them on some teams like the livestock judging. Did we have an OCC team this year?
no, not anymore
No.
because they all left.
Yeah, I took a couple students to do the green hand quiz, but we didn't have a full team for OCC.
Yeah,
Whenever
we've got
we did, what place did we always get in?
fifth.
5th place,
years ago.
and then we had a student get 5th place at the green hand quiz at our area. So we're cursed with 5th place on everything,
That's okay.
and that's what Dax always gets at Tulsa is 5th place.
Oh, wow.
What about you, Kennedy?
I pretty much do everything but show. I agree with Aspen. Planning chapter meetings is like top 3 favorite things that I do as an officer. Our October chapter meeting, we carved pumpkins together. We had a caramel apple bar, walking tacos, and a movie, and then Aspen gave a presentation about pumpkins and agriculture. So,
What did we do for our October chapter
We
meeting?
did a Halloween costumes.
Oh, yeah, I
The
forgot about that.
contest.
We had cornhole, ping pong.
Pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We moved ours to every other month because we're trying to save up as much money as we can to make state convention this year, like the biggest we can, because it's the 100th and we're super excited for that. So that's why we went to every other month. But
Gotcha. Yeah. So we pushed for every month because actually in the past we didn't have hardly any chapter meetings. We had maybe 2 a year. So that goes along with wanting to be proactive. We just kind of wanted to push for more involvement because something at Byng, we actually we had a few of the state officers come and tour our facilities Wednesday of last week. We actually they were really interested to learn this. So at Byng, FFA originally started as simply just a horticulture program. That was the original meaning of us. So it's also our Byng's 100th anniversary of the school. So back then it was started only as a horticulture program. And so as it's grown and become bigger, it's been divided. So up until about 3 or 4 years ago, I think it's Mr. Shaw's 3rd year, right? So up until 3 years ago, everything was separate. So there was a livestock and shop program, and then there was the horticulture program. So there was separate activity accounts. We're in separate buildings too, still, just because we don't have one building. It's always been separate buildings. Separate booster clubs, everything. Everything was divided up until 3 years ago. And so we're kind of just pushing to just become one. Just like everything, trying to make sure there isn't this like stigma around, oh, well, you're a horticulture kid, or you're a shop kid, or you're a livestock kid. Just making sure that, no, we're not this or that. We're just being FFA. That's what we are.
that's cool. I like what you guys said earlier about trying to be a family and stuff. You guys want to talk about what our goal for this year is?
Try to be a family. We also have officer meetings where once every month we go to Brahms, or this week or this month we're
This
going
next
bowling.
week,
Yeah.
Yeah, we were supposed to go bowling yesterday, I think,
Yeah,
but that
stuff
did
happened.
not happen.
But what are we focusing on? How are we trying to be a family?
Not making so instead of just every time we get together, it's about FFA, it's about our next chapter meeting, like it's an officer meeting. We're trying to have more fun together as like you know friends and student teacher and stuff.
Yeah.
Which what were you guys doing before they got here today?
Yeah.
Oh.
What are you guys doing?
Uh,
Weren't y'all wrestling?
Connor jumped on me. Didn't feel great.
In the ag shop.
And I popped both
In the
of us.
classroom.
Oh, yeah,
They-
classroom.
before you guys got here, they were wild and crazy. That's probably why they're so tired right now.
Probably.
Because they were wild.
yeah, Meacham likes to fight us sometimes, but it's fine.
What are your goals as members of your chapter?
I think my goal right now is to, 1, advance in regionals for speech, and 2, just keep like slowly climbing my way up in AgCom for state, because we were 4th last year, so I think that this year if I really buckle down, I have some good odds.
My goals as a member of my chapter, I think I've said this like a few times. Really, proactivity is my biggest thing. Just being proactive, trying to stay on top of things, and then also just making sure. I think one goal that I set for myself this year is to make relationships with the younger members and make sure that they know who I am. Because as an 8th grader and a freshman, I didn't know who the chapter officers were. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know why they were doing anything, and I didn't know their names. So I think one goal that I had that was just to maybe be recognized, make sure the younger individuals know who I am, know that I'm here for them, and not here to like be in charge, even though I love that, but I'm here for them, specifically just to encourage them and make sure they know that they have somebody to talk to be encouraged by and things like that. So I think definitely just proactivity and just making sure the outreach of our chapter officer team goes beyond just the high school classes and into our entire school. Make sure maybe influence kids to join our ag program or everything.
So we are trying to make more kids involved instead of just taking the classes. We are trying to get them on teams and like make our chapter known more. So do you have any tips about being more proactive or making kids more proactive?
You got to be a little weird, and you got to be a little crazy.
Oh,
you gotta be
we're
a
good
little
at that.
loud.
Oh, yeah.
I think just being relatable is one thing that kids really just like resonate with. Like this year I spent a lot of time going to opening ceremonies contests with our freshmen and our 8th graders, and now when I walk through the hallways, they say hi to me, they have conversations with me. Some of them think they're my best friends, some of them aren't my best friends. I'm actually like one of my best friends is taking 2 guys. It's completely platonic, obviously, but we're taking one of the freshmen to a high school dance tonight, and like just because we enjoy spending time around them and we want them to feel welcomed, it really just being welcoming and just being relatable. And maybe it's sometimes I think kids get scared about like authority and everything. I know I was a kid once and authority was like something that like I was terrified of. But I think just knowing that you can talk to somebody and like they're gonna be friendly is something that I think some kids need.
Oh yeah, you gotta seek out the quiet kids, and really at every FFA event within our chapter, I make it a point to go like to the back corners where the kids who are like kind of there but kind of not, just having conversations with those people that aren't necessarily more out there, and knowing their name. It can do so much if you just say like, hey, and say their name. It does like so much because they know that they're being recognized. They know that somebody in a like higher up position knows that they're there and recognizes them as a member.
And then like another thing with like the whole don't be afraid to be like goofy and crazy. So our TikTok page that we actually started this year, it is full of just videos of our vice president kind of being a goofball. There's some other things on there, but they're funny videos. And I think that's something that the kids really enjoy, because a lot of them are all over TikTok, obviously. That's just how kids are. And I think that them seeing those funny videos it makes them maybe just feel more seen, included. I don't know, because I will say, the videos are hilarious. They're so funny because they're just goofy. Like, I think sometimes they don't realize that, yeah, we're weird. We are weird kids. That's what we are. We're weird. Like, we're not normal kids. We're not scary. We're weird. So
I think it's important to kind of jump into that, because even at our small, tiny school, it's not weird is a funny word to use, but it's like we're different. We're the kids that are actually, yeah. So it's usually those are the kids, though, that will go out and do the cool things. Like that you guys have been talking about the shy kids in the back. Any of you guys relate to being that person before?
Yeah, I was a shy kid once, especially my freshman year. I was not very involved in our chapter at all, and then I started really seeing it with our other officers previously. I wanted to be a leader and to like show that it's okay to like be yourself in a way. And then sophomore year, I really started getting into it and comfortable with everyone. And then chapter meetings, I make everyone feel welcome and make everyone feel motivated to come and join us every time.
I feel like goofiness is the best invitation.
Yeah.
Guys, I was never shy, but I've always been goofy. Meacham can tell you that I was never
Connor,
shy.
we know.
Whenever I went to like my old school, when I joined as a 9th grader and I was there 9th grade and then half of 10th grade year, our chapter was like not very involving. Like, people were involved in stuff, and one of my ag teachers, she wasn't even my ag teacher, she was the 8th grade ag teacher, but she knew I wouldn't say no to anything, so she involved me in everything, which I thought was normal. It was my 9th grade year. I was like, oh, okay, it's normal to be involved this much, and it definitely wasn't. But I was involved in a lot. But it was always one of those things I was like, okay, well, like, being more involved and known in FFA is just kind of one of those things you have to be an officer in my chapter. And it wasn't very welcoming. Like, I don't even think I knew all the officers' names. And, like, we had chapter meetings every month and stuff. But then moving to Crowder, I was like, I have more of an opportunity to be better and be a better leader and be more involved, too, here. And I know a lot of the, like, freshmen and sophomores because my brothers are sophomores, and so all their friends are my friends. And then I just talk to them.
It's very easy to know everyone at this school because it's such a small school. So
everyone knows everyone here.
Yeah.
Everybody's friends, mostly.
Yeah.
I mean, the freshmen, they're a
Besides
little
them.
crazy. So.
Yeah.
What's the greatest thing you've accomplished as an FFA member?
So many things, or hard to pick one?
So many.
I think, I don't know if this is going to be vague, but I think the greatest thing I've accomplished as a member is other people seeing, what's the word? Other people, like, viewing my worth or having faith in me. Because I've always had faith in myself, but I don't know if I was putting out enough for other people to see it too. But they do see it, and like they see my drive for things. Just, I think my biggest accomplishment has then been that people see that I have a love for the organization.
I think that's really cool that you picked that, because if we asked other people, and like, I'm not going to judge you if you pick something else, but if we ask that question to 100 FFA members, some of them will pick how they've done at Tulsa or OYE, or maybe they made a, I'm not saying you would, but maybe they would pick, I was nominated as a state officer or something like that. But like, your legacy that you're leaving on your chapter is a pretty cool thing to be proud of. So that's awesome. No pressure, but what is your...
Honestly, probably my greatest accomplishment is having friends in FFA, because my freshman year, I really didn't know anybody. I really didn't talk to anybody, and I felt like kind of, I guess, alone within the chapter. And so I feel like this year I have a lot more friends. It's a lot more fun going to events and stuff, knowing that there are people there that I can talk to and have fun with.
I don't really know because we haven't really won much, technically.
But what did they say that was about
Yeah.
winning anything?
Okay, listen.
They didn't say anything about winning.
Accomplishments. Listen. I think my biggest accomplishment is being co-host on this podcast. Mainly because I can watch throughout the videos and see how much I've grown and see how much I've changed
We've
since
changed
the first one.
since the first episode. I went back to the first one. I was really not like the way I am now.
Yeah, so everyone go
But-
watch Abby's first episode and then come back to this one. And see
I
how
think I think Abby's first episode was also
It
mine.
was,
Yeah.
no, yes, no.
we kind of started
weren't
you guys both at the
co-host,
same
But I
time.
was the
Yeah.
new host.
Yeah, but I was in the
But
video.
you were in it, yes.
I feel
The
like one of
attitude.
ours this year for the officers is last year's officers. I mean, we did stuff, but it was just kind of by the flow. We didn't invite people much. We had chapter meetings, but only half, if that, would show up. And this year, we were only missing like 5 kids from our first chapter meeting out of all of our kids. So I feel like that was nice. That just showed how much we actually went out and invited people to come. And I don't know, just made it better.
I think this year's group, and tell me if you guys are kind of the same, but our officers this year are FFA people. They like to be with the FFA stuff and do the things outside, so it's easier to grab more people.
I think with us, we've kind of had like almost like it was thought that we were going to have the opposite of that, but
Because of sports and stuff like that?
well, not really, just because they weren't as active. Well, okay, our officer team last year, so we had a 9-man team last year. At the beginning of last year, our ag teachers said this is the most successful and involved officer team that they've had in years. They had so much, like we just had so many people that we were all very active. We had 2 kids wanting to run for state office. We had just so much involvement throughout just the 9 kids. And then this year we fell to a 6-man team. But I think it goes to show that we actually had an event Thursday night where it's our annual chili cook-off and dessert auction where people bring chilies for a competition and they win buckles or whatever, but whoever's best, they judge them. And then the kids, the students, it's called a dessert auction, but it it's just like student crafted or student made projects or whatever that they do a live auction with, and there's silent auction and everything. But usually, so obviously we open it like any other event we would with opening ceremonies. And usually all the officers would just wear the same thing that everybody else is wearing, which is usually just like jeans and our jackets, right? But our older ag teacher decided that the officers were going to be in official dress because he said that's a compliment. We were all a little bummed because, I mean, nobody
also
wants to
not
be in
fun.
official dress when they don't want to. But he's like, take that as a compliment because I have so much faith in y'all and so much respect. Like even though like last year's officer team was one of the most involved officer teams that they could have had, like even though we just have a 6-man team this year, and I'm the only returning officer. We only had 1 returning officer. Everybody else, so there was 2 of us were juniors last year, and then the rest of them graduated. There was 7 people graduate off the team. So there's only 2 of us, and then one of them decided not to run again, just because it just wasn't her style. But because we fell to a 6-man team, people were kind of expecting less from us, and we just really have pushed to prove them wrong.
Meacham, why don't we do the chili cook-off, huh?
That sounds like a good fundraiser.
We're going to split this into 2 parts with the Byng FFA chapter.
And I would also like to thank again our sponsor Lakeside and Big V Feeds.
We'll see you next time.